Hi, Sue here from Sue's Dog Rock Life Kitchen. Nice to see you again, and I hope you're all well in the crisis that we're now living. I hope you're not all quite mental, and please just, make some recipes and stuff and try and stay okay. And I'm sure it'll all be over soon. Okay. So today's recipe is something that I made up I've just made it up. Okay, so whether it works or not, we'll see. But what I wanted to do, because I've got these aubergines here that I bought the other week, and they're starting to go over a bit now, so I thought I'd better make something with them. So I like aubergine bake, but mine's going to be a different version of that. So I'm going to make it with cauliflower and a red pepper also. And I'm going to make a tomato sauce with these tomatoes that are equally going over now, so I need to hurry up and use them. So I'm going to make a little tomato sauce, and then I'm going to make a creamy cheese sauce also. And I'm going to sort of layer it in this pan here, or maybe a bigger pan. I might have to use that one there. I think this might be a bit small. But anyway, so the first thing I'm going to do is just top and tail these, and also the cauliflower. So I'm just going to top and tail these so we don't have a label on for a start. Don't want labels on our food. So I hope you're all well out there and not going too mental with the crisis life that we're now living. Very strange anyway, isn't it? That's for sure. And then we're just going to do them like that, and then we're just going to cut them into round circles, okay? So that's what I like doing with them. So I'm going to cut them like this. And that's it really. So Parmesan, what is it? Aubergine Parmesan is what you usually make with these, or you can just bake them and do whatever you like. But I can't even remember the white. There was a recipe I was going to do with these, but I can't remember what it was. So I'm just going to do my own thing now. So I'm just going to put these like this and put them on a tea towel and sprinkle some salt on them. And the salt draws out the moisture of the aubergines, okay? And then we're going to just quickly fry them. Actually, no, we're not. We're not going to fry them at all. We're going to put them in a dish with the cauliflower that's going to be half cooked. So. And then we're just going to put them in the oven all together. So this should be interesting. So we'll see how it comes out, shall we? So anyway, I'm just going to lay them on a tea towel just to take out some of the moisture over here. So I'm just going to do that quick. And while that's doing, they will brown a bit, but I really don't care. So I'm just going to lay them out like that. Then just leave them there for a minute to soak, just to get rid of moisture. Meanwhile, we'll just cut this cauliflower up. And what we want is little florets. We don't want big ones because we want it to cook really quick. So we're just going to take the little florets off, like that. That's it. There we go. And then we're just going to put them in a saucepan and just boil a little bit of water on them. We'll put these in here. And we're just going to boil them for just a few minutes actually. And then this lot is going in the stock pot as usual. So my stock pot, I usually do it while I'm actually cooking, and then once I finish cooking and it's cooled down, I usually just put it in the fridge, and then I just keep adding stuff to it every day. There's dinner enough every day, and it's fine if you just leave it in the fridge. So any of these odds and ends, just put them in there. So all these seeds that are in these come out. So I'm just going to slice these. So this will make a nice pretty dish. So you can just have this as a vegetarian dish, or you can have it with some meat, or whatever it is you want. So we just need to boil this up a little bit, the cauliflower, okay? And I'm not putting any salt in there either, because there's salt on the aubergines. Just a little bit, not much, and I will taste it later to see if I need to add any more salt, okay? But at the moment I'm not going to add any salt. So the herbs I've decided to use today for this dish, you can use whatever herbs you want. I just have all my herbs in this pot here, so just wanted to show you quickly. And in here I have a selection of herbs, and all my spices are in the cupboard. This is literally mainly just herbs. And I get them from this company called Good Food, which I really like, and I like these little bags. So, and you can reseal them. And I get through quite a lot of herbs, so they don't have a chance to go off. All these little pots, you know, if you, whatever. But I do like these herbs. So they're Good Food herbs. And I buy them in my local Euro spot. So the tomatoes, we're going to make a sauce out of these. So we're just going to cut them up, because we're actually going to make a tomato sauce. But I'm only using 4 tomatoes, because I haven't got much tomatoes left. So I don't want to use them all. So I'm just going to make it's only for me and my partner, so you know, I have to be careful how much food I use, because I tend to go a bit mad. But I can also freeze this. You can freeze this. Whatever I cook, you can freeze. So if we don't eat it all and we don't want the rest tomorrow, we'll just freeze it for another day. I do have a lot of food in my freezer that I've already made, and then I just freeze it all. So if anybody pops round, or when my children come, when they're allowed to come again, I'll have some nice food for them. And hopefully they'll be allowed to come at some point, I hope, because I did want to see my grandchildren for Easter. But we'll see, eh? We just have to carry on. But at least I got my little lamb upstairs to occupy our minds. He is now 7 days old. Well, 7 days old yesterday. So he's 8 days old today. And he's putting on weight. He's doing very, very well. I will do a video of him. I keep forgetting, so sorry. But obviously I can't do it in the kitchen. So I did start doing one the other day, but then I got interrupted. So it never went out. So I have to do one again. Try and film him, because I can only film him upstairs, because that's where he's living right now. And I don't want him to go anywhere else, because picking up germs and stuff, because he's only tiny. It's like the size of a dot. And his name is Anu now. We've named him Anu, after the Anunnaki. And he's related to Enki god, so, and my dog is called Enki, so if you're into gods, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Egyptian gods, that is. So Anu and Enki are related. There is another one called Enil, but I didn't want to call him that. I wanted to call him something cute, because he's very, very cute. He's so cute. So Anu it is. Anyway, in this saucepan, we're going to add these tomatoes. Okay, and we're going to add these peppers. And we're also going to add some garlic. But today, I'm not using my organic garlic. I have this pureed garlic that I ordered, because I love this garlic puree. And if you're in a hurry and you can't, like, you want more, you can just use garlic puree. You can buy this in the supermarket, but this one's from a supplier, so it comes in this massive pot. but it will last me for ages actually. And it's very strong. Woo. So I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of garlic because I love this dish and I like it to taste garlicky. Even though I'll probably regret doing that because it'll probably repeat on me, but still, never mind. And then I'm just going to put on a bit of water because this is going to be a sauce, okay? So that's that. I'm not adding onions to this, by the way. This is an onionless dish, I've decided. There's 2 reasons. 1, I only have shallots left, and 2, it doesn't really need onions, this dish. We've added 2 teaspoons of garlic puree, this is tomato puree. 2 teaspoons, so that's probably about 1½ cloves to 2 cloves of garlic, which you can crush. So just add that into there. So if you want the recipe for this, please leave a comment below and I will put it below because I will have to go back and watch the video and work out what's in the recipe. Because this is just off the top of my head, which is how a lot of my recipes come about, just off the top of my head. I just think, what can I make with that that's slightly different to the norm? So that's what I do most of the time, with some oil. You can use olive oil for this, but today I'm going to use this walnut oil because my olive oil is upstairs. So I'm going to use the walnut oil that I have. So, and then just coat them like so. You could just put these all on a tray really and put them in the oven because you want to cook them sort of semi-cook. But today I like to be different. Very, very awkward I am. So I'm just going to keep layering them on here today. That's what I'm doing. That's how I'm doing it. And just keep doing that. So this is what we're going to have for dinner today. Hello again, Sue back again from Sue's Dog Love Life Kitchen. Sorry, had a few things happened while I was off camera. But now I'm back again, okay? So I would just like to show you what I've just done. So in the oven I have the aubergines just browning. We're now going to use this size dish. I thought I'd have a slightly bigger size because I think that once I get the cauliflower, the aubergines and the sauces mixed together, this dish might be a bit too small. So I've gone for a bit bigger size. So in here we've just cooked off our cauliflower so that it's sort of done now. So we can just put some of that. Well, actually, we'll wait until the aubergines are done and then we're going to layer it. So we're going to put a layer of aubergines, then a layer of cauliflower. So while we're waiting for the aubergines to be done, we'll carry on with the sauces. So in here we've got the boiling away is the peppers and the tomatoes in this saucepan with the garlic, okay? And to this I'm now going to add a teaspoon of rosemary, so that's about a teaspoon of chives. Everything I do is rough, sorry, you can use a teaspoon, but I'm just using rough, okay? I don't want those ones. And a teaspoon of chives, and a teaspoon of thyme. You can use whatever herbs you want for this, I mean any herbs are good, or spices. And then also I'm going to finish up this little bit of sage that's in here, it's about a teaspoon. Because I've got this pot that's only got that tiny bit in there. So I'll keep that pot actually. And then just mix this together. And I'm going to thicken it also because it'd be a bit thin for a tomato sauce. Okay, so what I've got here is some corn flour. So I'm just going to thicken the tomato sauce bit of this recipe with this. So in this recipe we're having 2 different kinds of sauces. A bit like a lasagna where you have like the white sauce and then you have a tomato sauce. Well in this we're having a cheese sauce and we're having a a tomato sauce. They're boiling up a bit. So I'm going to put a dessert spoon, or 2 dessert spoons of corn flour into this jug, okay? And then I'm just going to put a little bit of cold water on it. And then make sure you mix it together to get the lumps out, okay? Because you don't want any lumps in it. That wouldn't be very nice. And then once you've done this, you can test your sauce to see if you need any salt and pepper. Okay, so I'm just going to pour it in. Like so. I think we're nearly there with that. That's enough. So I've got that much left, which I'm also going to keep because I'm going to thicken the cheese sauce with that. Because this is a very quick way of making sauce. Oh, my stock pot is going a bit nuts. I might have to turn it off. I think it's gone a bit nuts, so I put too much water in there. So I'm going to test this now to see if it needs anything. This is when you'll know if it needs anything, if it needs any salt or pepper or any other things that you need. More herbs. It needs salt and pepper. Definitely needs salt and pepper. So I'm going to put the grinding salt in here. And then I'm going to put in my sea salt. Well, grinding pepper, sorry, not grinding salt. Grinding pepper and then sea salt crystals. Let's just see what that tastes like. That's better. Yeah. Just needed a bit of something. So that's done. So what we're going to do now is just check on the aubergines. And they're sort of toasted. So we'll just put them to one side. So they're semi-cooked, all right? Because this dish will be really quick. And in this saucepan, we're going to add some milk. But we're going to use the rest of this corn flour that I've got left in here because we are going to thicken it also. So there's only a teeny bit in there. So I'm going to put 400 mils of milk. All right, so that's 400 mils. I'm using organic full fat milk, but you can use semi-skimmed, skimmed if you want. And then we're just going to put this on the stove. And when it gets warmed up, we're going to add some cheese. Hello again. So in here we have the aubergines that I've been browning in the oven. I'll just move this stuff out of the way so you can see what's going on. You can always sprinkle some more herbs over the top. I did actually just add some oregano to the tomato sauce because I think oregano goes really well with tomatoes. As does basil, but only fresh basil. I'm not very fond of dried basil. It doesn't seem to taste of nothing. But when it's fresh, it's wonderful. But when it's dry, it doesn't taste the same. So what I'm going to do is just layer some of these aubergines into this dish, just like that. So just put them in there like that. This won't take long to cook, by the way. So that's that, see that? And then on top of that, we're going to put a layer of the sauce that we've just made while we're waiting for the milk in the next saucepan. Got our lovely tomato sauce that I've just made. Okay, so there's the lovely tomato sauce I just made. So I'm just going to pour some of that over the top, like so. And there we go. And then we'll just put a small layer of won't be much tomato sauce left actually. Another layer of the aubergines. They're quite cold now. I'll just pick them up with my fingers. So remember what I said, if you want the recipe, then just leave me a comment below, and if I get enough people asking, I will leave the ingredients, okay? So you can follow along with it. But remember, this is Sue's own recipe, okay? This is not one that you can buy, not one in the shops, not one that's written anywhere. This is mine. So I'm just going to put on the rest of the tomato sauce, which there's not much of, but it doesn't matter because the next layer is going to be the cauliflower, okay? So in here we have our lovely milk that's just come into a simmer. So we'll just take that off for a minute and stir it. Make sure it's not sticking to the bottom of the pan. And to the milk, we're going to add the cheese. And I'm going to get a whisk out. We're going to put the cheese in here with the milk, and there's a little bit of cauliflower in there, remember? So I'm just putting the cheese in there. I'm pouring it all over the cooker. Okay. And I'm just going to whisk it up a little bit. So I'm just leaving that there for a second while I get the cauliflower now. And I'm just going to put these cauliflower florets on here, like this. Just sprinkle them about a bit. This is a nice vegetarian dish. You can use whatever vegetables you like, really. Just experiment. This is an experiment. I just happen to have these two ingredients I need to get rid of today. And I just wanted to do something a bit different. So this is why this has come about today. So I've never made this before, by the way. So this is different for me. I like making new things, anything. Just try different things, just experiment. So you'll always find a willing volunteer to make your experiments. I have one of those. So I'm just going to put a little bit more cauliflower in here, with a bit of milk. Just make sure that the sauce is thick enough to go over the top of there. Alright? Put more milk there. So you want to coat this now. You can put another layer on if you want, but I've only got 2 layers, that's enough. As it is, that's going to last us a couple of days. What I'll do is we'll probably have it today and then I'll freeze the rest and we'll have it another day. Because once that's cold, it'll be easy to separate, you know, put in separate dishes or whatever. So I'm just going to add this to here. I'm just picking up the cheese sauce bit. I might just add some pepper to it. No salt. Because remember there's salt in there, so you won't need too much salt. And that's thickening nicely now. That's just nice. And all we're going to do is just pour this on the top of that. It's not complicated. That's it. So there's a nice creamy cheese sauce. So I'm just going to pour it on. Sure it's all coated. Beautiful. Perfect amount. There. Look at that. That looks delicious, doesn't it? Yum. That's enough to feed 6 people, by the way. Yep. So I'm just going to grate a little bit of cheese on top of it. You don't have to put any cheese on, but I just think it looks nicer and just goes nice and crunchy on the top there. And then make sure you don't burn any of your cauliflower. So just sprinkle some cheese on the top. So remember, this is a vegetarian dish. You can have it with some meat, or you could just have it by itself. I reckon it'll be very filling because of the cheese sauce will make it very filling. So I'm just going to put that in the oven and I'll be back in 30 minutes when it's done. Okay? See you in a minute. Hello, Sue here again from Sue's Dog Rock My Kitchen. Yes, I would just like to show you the finished product of the courgette and cauliflower bake. Okay, so in here, if you would like the recipe for this, please leave a comment below and I will endeavour to put the ingredients down as long as I can remember. I will have to watch the video myself because I just made this up off the top of my head. But I'm just going to taste it now to see what it tastes like. Okay, so I'm just going to have a tiny bit over here in the corner and try and get the lower. Should have got a bigger spoon. That would have been a better idea, wouldn't it? So just trying to get a bit from the level below. So that's what it looks like. So I'm just going to taste it now. Maybe not with a spoon, I don't know. Anyway, let me just see. It's really, really hot. I've literally just taken it out of the oven. It'd be nice to let it set for a bit. Hot. Whoa, hot. 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 Wow. Wow, I like it. Tastes really nice. You can taste the yumminess of the tomato sauce that I made, but you can also taste the cheese in the cheese sauce that I made also, and you can taste the garlic, the herbs. It tastes very, very yummy. Aubergines are really nice. Perfectly cooked. Everything's perfectly cooked. It's just perfect. Right, so if you would like this recipe, please leave a comment below and I will put the ingredients for this recipe on this video below it, okay? So I hope you enjoyed my video today, and if you did, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. Please leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, tell your family and friends about my channel, and just go and take a look at some of my videos that I've created for you. So look out for my next video. This is a vegetarian dish, but you can also have it with meat also if you want to, or just eat it on its own. Makes a really nice accompaniment to other, like fish. You could have it with fish or anything. It's a really, really nice, tasty dish, or you could just eat it as it is. So this is cauliflower and aubergine bake. Okay then, so thank you for watching my channel and I'll see you again soon. So bye for now, bye!